This morning we're going to be taking a hike on the Javelina Trail. We're starting out on the Javelina Trail into Beverly Canyon, but we'll be making a circular route, joining a couple of other trails, and eventually about 3 hours coming back to the same parking lot we're in right now. This parking lot is at 48th Street and Baseline, and you have to watch pretty closely if you're coming up here. Make sure you turn on 48th Street and head up to the parking lot. You go right through a commercial area. You have to be close attention, make sure you come in the parking lot, find yourself a place to park, and this is a trailhead right here. Most of the trails here in the South Mountain Park are pretty well defined. They're easy to follow, and they are marked. When you come to an intersection with another trail, there are permanent markers that are in the ground here, and they're easy to follow. As we're hiking along the Javelina Trail, then we notice there are several hikers right atop of that mountain up there. There's the Ridgeline Trail, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see half a dozen hikers up there right now. It's certainly well worth the effort getting out here. We just got done hearing half a dozen coyotes. They must have gotten a rabbit, or perhaps even a dog, but they were really sounding off out here just a couple minutes ago.
Like here on this little zigzag. The zigzag is believed to be an old cattle brand. So somebody is claiming this valley or canyon as a part of their grazing area. The deer itself, we believe, is more historic in nature. So these were done by Peeman.
There are several types of petroglyphs out here in this area. This is an example of one style or one type of petroglyph, and these things date back about 1,000 years. It's hard to say exactly what time frame, but they do date back at least a full 800 to 1,000, sometimes a little bit more than that. But there are several different types of petroglyphs which can be found right in the same general area, and they usually are attributed to a couple of different cultures.
The Pima-speaking people survived, I want to say it was the Third World. Petroglyphs. There's no phonetic equivalent for them, so they're just carvings.
Something in the rock. Right.
Multi-use trail. There's hikers, and there's bikers, and there's horses. Nearly anyone you can think of. There's a heavy use trail. The Ridgeline is one of the most popular trails in South Mountain, and you're liable to find most anybody out here. And we've crossed paths with about 6 bikers out here in the last couple of minutes. This is very hard to see because the sun is shining right down onto this morph over here. However, there's a bunch of dancers in this panel. You can see there's a group of people here. It looks like there's about a dozen people all together in this panel, but the sun is shining on, may be very difficult to see. Down here is a little bit darker, and here you can see this panel with a little bit of the more recent, and then some of the older ones. The more recent has someone's initials, and then of course there are several other ones that are a little bit older, but they're very hard to see in the dark right here.